When I saw the first images of this aircraft model, I was quite skeptical, but was that skepticism warranted? We'll find out now. With that, welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A330-300 of Aer Lingus. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Sky 500 logo, and at the bottom we have the Aer Lingus branding. At the back side of the box we don't really have much. We can have the Sky 500 logo, and that's about it. And here she is, the Airbus A330-300 in the new livery of Aer Lingus. This is the first aircraft model with this new livery that we get from Sky 500. So let us take a closer look at the aircraft model and see what details it has to offer. At the tail section of the aircraft we find on the vertical stabilizer the now slightly reworked branding of Aer Lingus. On top of the stabilizer we then find the last two letters of the registration code. The full registration code and the flag of the Republic of Ireland we find on the fuselage. At the tail we then also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. If we move to the front of the aircraft we find across the fuselage the branding of Aer Lingus once again. Underneath that we have the aircraft type specification. Just underneath the cockpit windows we then have the name of the aircraft. The cockpit windows themselves are fairly decently detailed, where we have the window wipers printed on. The engine nacelles have been given this new greenish color that Aer Lingus is using as their brand color, and I think they overall look rather decent. Here we can see them from the back side, and of course if we look into the engines from the front we can also see the engine fan blades. Now we should also take a quick look at the wings. If we take a look here at the top side we can see the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We also have the markings as to where to walk on the wings, but not just that, we also have the writing specifying that, which is very nice. On the underside of the wings we then also have the full registration code of the aircraft once again. The winglets on the wing have been given again this new greenish color that Aer Lingus uses in their branding, and on the inner side we also have the Aer Lingus logo. Then we should also quickly look at the landing gear. Here we can see the main landing gear underneath the wings, and here I think Sky 500 has done a rather decent job. The front landing gear, however, is a little bit different for me. It's not terrible, it's okay, but I do prefer the detailing that Harper Wings has for their landing gear in scale 500. And then last but not least, we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back side of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A330-300 of Aer Lingus in their new livery. Now, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I was a little bit skeptical about this aircraft model. And that had to do with the promotional material of this model. Especially the images made the mold or the shape of the mold look a little bit odd in my opinion. So I wasn't quite convinced if I should get this model or not. I can say, however, that I'm very satisfied with it. I think the mold is perfectly shaped, the print quality is excellent, and all other physical details except for the front landing gear are great. The front landing gear, I'm just not quite convinced about. I think Harper is doing a better job with that. But where Sky 500 has nailed it is with the color that Aer Lingus is using in their new livery. Sky 500 has managed to replicate that perfectly, something that Harper has not managed with their attempt of an A320 in the new Aer Lingus livery. So I can easily say that this is definitely an aircraft for one's collection. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed the video then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. Of course if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. And with that I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out and bye.